somebody that just maybe had 3 margaritas and really thinks, they're going to go for
So when you ask that question, you're not taking into account, Kyle, the actual instincts you have that would be at work, right? So let me give you an example. I could say something to you after just meeting you, having a couple drinks with you. I could say something like, you are one of the most beautiful people I've seen in my whole life. That wouldn't feel right?
Well, that's to hear.
Yeah. Where if I'd been like, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
That feels more normal. The way I said it, it makes you feel like it's like a line from a movie. It's like they studied it. They're saying the words, but you're not feeling an emotion match up. So that is the most important point for the audience to take away. No matter the specifics of the MAKIN interaction, something about the interaction left you feeling a little unsettled or a little bit distrusted.
Then why do people not follow that gut intuition? And say, man, just flatter me, I'm going to go for it.
Because the people who end up falling prey to the psychopath, they're in a vulnerable place in their life. They're lonely. They have started to question whether anybody really could ever be attracted to them. Maybe they feel too old, too fat. A lot of psychopaths will prey on the elderly, will prey on wealthy individuals, will prey on sad, depressed, lonely, isolated individuals. They make great targets, like any of us, when our defenses are down, when we are not in a place in our lives where we feel really good about ourselves, across the board, we're all more likely to make bad decisions.
Or does a psychopath use sex for power rather than for sexual gratification?
So sex and the psychopath, it's a very unique dynamic compared to anyone else and the relationships they have with sex. So when a psychopath has sex, it's not for the same reasons. For example, the research shows, as a rule, psychopaths tend to be more promiscuous. They tend to have more and shorter romantic relationships. Psychopaths will be motivated to have sex for any of the following reasons. Boredom, because psychopaths, their central nervous systems seek the thrill, the rush. So psychopaths may seek sex, no matter if they're married or whatever, because they need the rush to defend against the boredom. Psychopaths may pursue sex as a means of getting something. The person they're having sex with, they know has a nice place. And the psychopath doesn't have a place. So the psychopath might want to move into that place. So it's always for a reason. It's often boredom, it's for power, it's for money, it's for a housing situation. It's always for a purpose. And as much as the psychopath may act emotionally invested in the sex and perform, we're talking circus sex. That psychopath may give you the best sex of your life. But it's a performance. It's a performance designed to get the psychopath something that they want. And it's not intimacy.
That's the first time I've heard the term circus sex. Psychopath, apparently. Goodness. All right. So if you find yourself in a relationship with a psychopath who did not listen to your instincts, they got what they wanted and they're gone, how do you begin to heal from that?
Well, healing after a relationship with a psychopath is not that different than the wounds it takes someone healing from a relationship with a severe alcoholic or addict or narcissist. It takes years to trust again. Years. This type of relationship, it's a trauma. And one of the sad things is, after you break up, even though you didn't really do anything wrong, you then turn the anger on yourself. It was so stupid. Why didn't I see? You tell people so-and-so turns out he was a psychopath. Do you know how many people will actually look at you but not say it and think like, you didn't see it? So it's many years. What you have to do, if you have suffered from a relationship with a psychopath, with a severe narcissist, with a severe abuser, you need to say to yourself that it could have happened to anyone, that you will learn from your mistakes, that you will be in better touch with your feelings going forward, and that you will make sure your next partner understands exactly what you went through. And that is intimacy you'll have in your next relationship that you didn't have in your earlier one.
Well, that was my next question. I'm thinking about the person who's dating someone who had previously dated a psychopath. What do they begin to do to let them know, hey, I'm not that way. I'm not just using you. This isn't for power, especially when the psychopath did it so perfectly. If that happened to me, I don't know how I could ever trust anybody again.
Right. So if you are in the position of dating somebody whose last relationship was with someone like this,
right,
you need to understand that's going to be the white elephant in the room for a few good years in this relationship, right? Kind of like you can start a relationship with someone who's depressed or has bipolar disorder or just started recovery from alcohol or drugs 6 months ago. You can have great relationships, but it's going to be a part of the relationship. You're going to need to deal with it. You're going to need to work through it together. When the person you're dating gets triggered and they try to turn you into that person,